So the kidnapper smashed this during the altercation.
Dad?
Catherine. I thought I might bump into you tonight.
Well, I shouldn't be here, what with you living so close. Conflict of interest and all.
Are you finished here?
Almost, yes. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. It's poor Charlotte May I'm worried about. Anyway, look at you. I rarely get to see you in your uniform. You look good.
Thank you. I wish it was a little more comfortable.
Catherine, can I ask, what have you found?
I'm not allowed to tell you. You know that. Besides, I don't have all the details myself, and my sergeant isn't exactly forthcoming with new recruits.
Hang in there. You're an asset. They'll come to see how intelligent you are.
Thank you. All I can say is that it looks as though Tony Morgan's daughter has been kidnapped.
Awful news. May I ask why they're searching the pine woods? Do they know where the kidnapper went?
No. It's a dead end. We're clueless, but we can't be seen to be doing nothing. And the locals suggested the woods, so...
Dear God. I perhaps wonder if I should talk to my neighbors again.
Hang on, again?
Yes, Catherine, I've been thinking, and...
Dad!
What?
I know this is happening on your doorstep, but please don't get any ideas.
I'm a naturally curious person, you know that.
You don't do this anymore. Leave it to us, please.
Well, do the police have any ideas?
Dad, I mean it. Don't get involved.
Well, I'd like to help you.
I want to do this on my own.
I didn't realize what this means to you.
I meant to say... I want to do it the right way. By the book. Please promise me.
Okay. I promise. I'll leave the police work up to you.
Thank you. Anyway, I'd better be off. I have to make a statement before the morning press. My sergeant is finally trusting me with something.
Well, you'd better hurry. I'll look out for your article in the morning paper.
Right. I'm off. Please go back inside. You'll catch a chill.
Night, my love.
Night, Dad.
The last thing I want is to upset Catherine. I can tell how serious she is about her case. I've never seen her so driven. I suppose I'll still develop the photos I've taken of the crime scene. I might have captured something that the police did not. And I won't be stepping on Catherine's toes if I stay in my flat and out of the way. The police have marked out several pieces of evidence that are likely related to the attack. However, Mrs. Doer handed me a brooch that was found at the scene. Mr. Morgan later confirmed it belonged to Charlotte May. Could the brooch be a missing piece of the puzzle? I wonder if finding where the brooch was dropped could help build a better picture of the attacker's movements. I wonder if finding where the brooch was dropped could help build a better picture of the attacker's movements. So, if Mrs. Doe was right about where she found the brooch, it means the kidnapper must have come past her manor house at some point during the abduction. I forgot to give Catherine the brooch. There just hasn't been a good time. It sounds like I have mail. Now what's this? Mr. Morgan's note implicates most of his neighbors. I had suspected as much, but now I have something solid to work with. Catherine has asked me not to get involved, but I've already promised Mr. Morgan I'll find Charlotte May. I should have told Catherine there and then. I'm already involved. I can feel it again. That drive, that first pull at the yarn. It's all on this evidence board. Suspects, victims, items found at the scene. I have everything. All that remains is to watch over my neighbors until one of them makes a mistake, and I can still give Catherine her space. If the whole town is searching the Pinewoods, someone needs to keep an eye over Dahlia View. I've been sitting watching my neighbors on and off for hours, but I've seen nothing of any use for my evidence board. Tony Morgan suggested that the McKees were acting strangely around Charlotte May. I heard Theodore return home earlier this evening, but didn't manage to get a glimpse. Charlotte May is counting on me to find her, but so far I've drawn a blank. Perhaps the McKees are innocent. Only time will tell. Annabelle and Theodore seemed normal enough when we spoke last night. By their account, they didn't see much at all. Why would Mr. Morgan ask me to watch them? Mr. Morgan is writing missing posters by hand. He's been there all evening. Theodore looks unhappy about I don't know what. He's pacing back and forth. It seems heated. I still have no idea what the problem is. Perhaps this is what Mr. Morgan was talking about. Now, Annabelle has seen something just out of my view. Whatever it is, she's horrified by it. What on earth is it? What are you thinking, Annabelle? What can you see? She's got a knife. Oh, Jesus, she's going to... No. She wants Theo to use it. He doesn't know which one to use. Theo, don't do it. Whatever it is, take pause of yourself. Theo, who are you talking to? Is that a practice swing? Dear God. What have I just witnessed? Some time has passed since I saw Theo hit something with a mallet. I didn't actually see anything. No proof. I have no evidence at all. Annabelle is back at the door.
Okay, hurry. Go. Go!
What in God's name?
Shit.
What are you doing?
Well, if you would help me.
I'm not touching that thing.
That thing was your idea.
My idea?
Oh, no.
Christ. Get it out of here.
What the hell do you think I'm doing?
Hurry up! Mr. Morgan.
Hello, Annabelle.
Lovely evening.
Yes, I suppose so. Please, if you don't mind, I have something...
It's just all so sad, isn't it?
Please, I really do need to be going.
I'm so sorry, of course.
It's fine, Annabelle.
If there's anything I can do, you won't hesitate to ask?
Damn it, what should I do? Catherine asked me not to get involved. But this... It's not over until it's over. I think I need to pay the McKees a personal call. I've barely slept at all. I can't fully explain what I observed last night, and I can't shake the image of Charlotte May in the McKees' pantry, lying there, helpless. These are developing nicely. All set up and ready to go. Now, to gather some evidence from the McKees. My old case files. Some I'd rather forget. I'll need my bag if I'm going to gather any real evidence. Now, to find out what the McKees were doing in that pantry. If the McKees are still home, then I might have to talk my way in. I'd better not mention what I saw last night. It would only close down the conversation. If they did kill Charlotte May in their pantry last night, then surely they would have left some evidence behind. I need to get inside. If the McKees really did kill Charlotte May last night, then there must be some evidence left in their pantry. Theo joined the search 2 nights ago. He could have been covering his own back. The McKees live at number 8 on this floor. I wonder if there's anything left to find at all. What if I'm too late? Bleach. The McKees have been busy.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. McKee. We spoke a few days ago.
Yes, please call me Annabelle.
Annabelle, of course. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get around to you.
That's fine. I'm sorry, how is it I can help, Mr. Conway?
Well, it's all a bit sensitive, I'm afraid. I wondered if I might have a word in private, if you would.
Well,
Mrs. McKee, Annabelle, I'd rather not state my purpose out here in the hallway where any one of your neighbors might be listening. Wouldn't you agree?
Of course. Why don't you step inside for a moment?
Excellent idea. I promise not to take up too much of your time. I'm sure you have your hands full.
So, what's the purpose of all this, Mr. Conway? I hope it's not about what we... Well, why don't you get to it?
Of course. Well, it's actually quite simple. I'm sure you've heard that I was once a private investigator. Well, nonetheless, Mr. Morgan has asked me if I would look into everyone who knew Charlotte May.
I see. And so you've come to look at us?
Look, let me be straight. I've been an investigator my entire life, and I have a sense about people, you might say.
Is that so?
I don't think you or your husband have anything to hide. In fact, this might be a waste of time altogether, but I think it would put Mr. Morgan's mind at ease if I ask some basic questions anyway. What do you say?
Well, however we can help. As long as it's not too long is all.
Oh, no, of course not. All I need you to do is tell me, in your own words, what you did on the night that Charlotte May was taken.
Right. But I thought you...
Before you begin, I'm sorry to ask, but would you mind if I used your lavatory?
No, not at all. It's right behind you.
Thank you. And please, Annabelle, you look worried. I'm sure you had nothing to do with it. She's lying. It's written all over her. Time to find out why. Now what do we have here?
Mr. Conway? Can I offer you a cup of tea?
Yes, 1 sugar. I thought she'd never leave. A tram ticket. The night that Charlotte May went missing. Annabelle clearly didn't use this tram ticket. It's a doctor's note addressed to Annabelle. I apologize. Where were we? Ah, yes. You were going to tell me what you were doing on the night that Charlotte May was taken.
I've been thinking about it, and there's not much to say.
Literally anything would help.
Well, I remember it clearly. I think everyone here knows exactly where they were. It was so shocking. I'd made Theo his tea in the afternoon at about 3 and wrapped it up for him to have later. He was working all day over at Levy's garage and performing later that night. I went to the shops at some point, I think. I didn't see Charlotte May at all that day, and I was out of town for most of the night. I think the last time I saw her was on the Wednesday. She was playing outside between her homeschooling, as I recall.
I'll stop you there if you don't mind. Instead of when you last saw her, I think it would be more beneficial to talk about what you and your husband were doing whilst Charlotte May was being taken.
Right. I see. What time was that?
You don't remember clearly. I was sitting in my flat at the time. 10 o'clock is when I first noticed something was happening. I had a good view from my window. I imagine you'd have a good view from your kitchen window also. Perhaps even your pantry.
Actually, Mr. Conway, I'm sorry. I feel awfully uncomfortable talking about this, without Theo here. I think it's best I don't answer anything he might object to.
You're right. I completely agree. He usually takes his break around now, does he not?
Perhaps.
Would it be possible for you to go and get him so that we might continue the conversation?
I don't think that's a good idea, Mr. Conway. In fact, I think I'd feel better if we ended the conversation here, if it's all the same to you.
No, you're right. If you don't feel it appropriate, then best not to bother him.
Thank you.
I was hoping to clear it all up today, you see. I'd hate to have to bother you tomorrow or the day after, or even the day after that. It's not in my character to be a nuisance. However, I did promise Mr. Morgan. Perhaps I'll return later on.
Wait. If it's not going to take too long, I could fetch him now, and we could resolve the matter.
Mrs. McKee, if you would do that for me, it would put Mr. Morgan's mind at ease, I'm sure of it.
Christ. Okay, well, I think it's best you come with me.
I fear I'd only slow you down. The stairs, you see. No, I'll wait here for your turn.
Fine, just wait here.
Now, to get that key down. The police are still here. I hope Catherine doesn't see me like this. She never did make me that cup of tea. A rug has been steam cleaned. The same one they carried out last night. The dates don't match up. It's moving. Almost there. Well, that was easier than I thought. Charlotte, were you in here? Give me something. Nothing useful. Looks as though they scrubbed the place clean last night. Please let me be wrong. Bleached head to toe. I'm too late. There's nothing left to see. They have an allotment. Good idea. They're not back yet. Then there's still time to search the flat. Shirley and Annabelle are very close. They meet every week. The sooner rationing ends, the better. The war ended 9 bloody years ago. I have no idea what that is. Lovely. Theo is a performer. Shirley and Annabelle are very close. They meet every week. I wonder what was last written on this notepad. There's a note in the fireplace. I can't get it out with my bare hands. Annabelle was fiddling with things on here. Most likely guilt and nervousness. Nothing interesting. I can't stand to see an incomplete picture. Now that's something. Oh, there's no date. I can't link it to the kidnapping. Shirley and Annabelle are very close. They meet every week. Theo's room, no doubt.
No, my baby don't care for me. Just
I don't know a great deal about musical instruments, but this doesn't look expensive. Music sheets. Presumably Theo's songs. Locked. How does one open a piano front? He's a slob. Something's blocking these keys from the other side. Now, what do you know? £45. If I were a lesser man, I'd take it and live comfortably for the rest of the year. There's no way Theo's boss pays him this much. Seems to be a list of medicines. Theo has a sister back home somewhere.
Annabelle? It's Shirley.
Damn. It's Annabelle's sister.
Look, if you're in there, I want to say sorry about the other night. Are you there? I love you, Annie. You know that, don't you? Everything I say, I say it because I want to protect you. Anyway, I'm posting the key back through the door. I love you.
You can tell a lot about a person from their bedroom. This is clearly Annabelle's space. Surely Theo's wage can't pay for all this. Blue mist. Looks brand new. The box at the foot of their bed is padlocked and needs a combination. Why would they lock away their bedding? Seems very odd. It needs something to wind it. Annabelle is obsessed with cleaning. More bleach. I spoke too soon. What on earth is inside? Smells fresh. Well, the whole place is clean. Absolutely spotless. You'd never even know a mechanic lived here. Is Annabelle having an affair? Shirley and Annabelle are close sisters. I don't know what they're currently arguing about, but they seem to love each other very much. Good to know. The box at the foot of their bed is padlocked and needs a combination. Why would they lock away their bedding? Seems very odd. Clean bedding. Now, what's this then? This is it. The mallet I saw Thea use last night. I've got you. Did you hit Charlotte May with this? Damn, the McKees are coming back.
Well then, what do you want me to say?
I don't know, just stall him. He's been in there for ages.
Why did you leave him then?
Do you really want me to go through that right now?
Okay. Just don't say anything that he might...
He might what?
Well, you know how you are.
Do you really think I'm that stupid? Now shh. Let's just go inside.
I'm waiting for you. Hello, Mr. Conway.
Hello, Theodore.
Anne says Tony Morgan asked you to investigate his daughter's disappearance?
That's right, but I'm sure she's also told you that it's merely a formality.
I was just telling Mr. Conway he's wasting his time, because we don't know anything about it.
Aren't you retired, Mr. Conway?
Well, I'm not here officially, Mr. McKee, just as a friend of Tony Morgan's. But I do appreciate you making the time.
Well, like Anne said, we had nothing to do with Charlotte May, so I don't know how I could help. And I don't have long, I'm afraid. Mr. Levy isn't very happy with me stepping out of work.
I appreciate it all the same.
Well, shall we move into the living room?
Of course. Please, after you.
I'll be with you in a moment.
Now, please, I'd like to know what you were doing at the time of the attack, if you wouldn't mind. Maybe start at 10 p.m.
10 p.m.? Well, I was at a gig that night, so I was playing down at the Sugar Ducks men's club. Harold, my boss, hasn't paid me for a few months, so I've had to start making money elsewhere. I remember I got home around 10:40, I think. I went straight into my music room. I had a song in my head I just had to get out. So nothing to do with Charlotte May.
You say you had to start making money elsewhere.
A little, yes.
A little.
Like I said, Harold Levy hadn't been paying me, so
Why not? If you don't mind me asking.
I think he has a few money problem. It's not my place to ask, and he doesn't tell me everything.
Just that he's not paying you.
Sure.
So how much money have you made elsewhere?
Enough to get by.
That's all any of us can hope for, isn't it? I have trouble paying my bills myself, as you can probably imagine. You'll have to tell me your secret, where you make your extra cash.
I'm sorry. What does this have to do with Charlotte May?
Hopefully nothing. I'm sorry. We're off topic. You will forgive me.
It's fine, Mr. Conway. Should I carry on?
Please do. Where were we? Ah, yes. You were saying you'd entered your music room.
Anyway, I think I was in my music room all the way up until...
I'll be with you both in a second. Don't wait for me.
Okay, my love. I was in my room until Anne called me out. She heard a smash or something. Anne was visiting a friend that night, but I think she was back just before me. And I think she was in her bedroom. So, by all accounts, she's the one who heard it.
You didn't hear the smash yourself?
No, there aren't any windows in my music room, and I was writing a song at my piano.
So Annabelle heard it and came in to get you?
Mm-hmm.
You say you heard a smash or something. Could you think back and tell me exactly what happened?
Anne came in. She said, something's going on outside, that I should take a look. That was when I realized she was home, and
And that's when you came out and looked.
That's right.
And you say you didn't know Annabelle was home yet?
Like I said, I couldn't hear anything. What with my music?
So she could have been home longer.
I suppose, but I don't think she was.
And what did you see once you were outside?
Tony Morgan, laying on the floor. All our neighbors taking a look. Then the police came.
Nothing else? Not Charlotte May, and not the kidnapper?
I spoke to you briefly.
Fair enough. Please, as you were saying.
So anyway, it couldn't have been Anne or me, you see, because we weren't here most of the night. And in any case, the sugar ducks are a good 20-minute walk away. People would have noticed if I was missing from my gig, wouldn't you think? I'm sorry, I'm confused. Is this all you want to know? What I was doing that night? Nothing else?
You say it couldn't have been Annabelle.
No. She was out of town that night. She'd already paid for her tram ticket, so I said I didn't mind.
Really? And she used the tram ticket?
I don't understand.
You say she was out of town for most of the night. Could she have been here longer than you thought?
Anne didn't have anything to do with Charlotte May.
Well, anything is possible.
No. I'm sorry, it's not. You don't know Anne.
So she's not capable of such a thing. Is she capable of deceiving you?
That's my wife you're talking about. I'm not answering that.
You're right. I apologize. I've overstepped my bounds. I promise you I meant nothing by it. I have to ask these things for Tony Morgan, but if you say that's not her, then I trust you, Theodore.
It's fine.
Please, if you don't mind, could you continue with the night's events?
Sorry about that. I was making sure that things were, where we left them.
I was just saying that Mr. Conway is wasting his time because we were both out of town for most of the night. Isn't that right, my love? You were at a friend's, weren't you? You already paid for a tram ticket. That's why you couldn't come to the gig.
Well, actually, Theo, I wanted to talk to you about that, but it can wait till later.
Talk to me about what? Tell him you're out of town.
Don't you have to get back to work?
Actually, I think I do have to go, Mr. Conway. I'm sorry I couldn't be more help. You'll excuse me.
Thank you for your time, Theodore. So you paid for your tram ticket? I wonder what good a ticket is if you don't end up using it. Perhaps you forgot where you were that night.
Mr. Conway, I think you've more than outstayed your welcome. I don't know why I agreed to talk to you in the first place. You must think me awfully dense if you think I don't know what you were doing while I was gone. I don't want to see or hear from you again. Do you understand? This is a job for the police, not some old has-been playing detective.
Playing? You think this is a game? Well, you'll forgive me if I don't see the fun side to abducting a small child and bludgeoning her to death with a mallet.
Get out. Now.
I think that went as well as could have been expected. From talking to the McKees, it seems apparent that they were both in Dahlia View at the time Charlotte May was taken. Annabelle and Theo were clearly hiding something. I observed them getting rid of a rolled-up rug and saw Theo use a mallet for God only knows what. I can't currently prove it relates to Charlotte May. And a few questions still remain.
I'm positive that Charlotte May was in that pantry. But can I prove the mallet was used to hit something living? £45 is a large sum. In my experience, the kind of money made on the black market. Theo doesn't seem like someone driven by greed. So what possible motive could compel him to kidnap and sell a young girl?
There must be some small detail I'm missing on some of the evidence.
Good. Now what does the rest of it mean? I'm positive that Charlotte May was in that pantry. But can I prove the mallet was used to hit something living? I'm positive that Charlotte May was in that pantry. But can I prove the mallet was used to hit something living? I'm positive that Charlotte May was in that pantry. But can I prove the mallet was used to hit something living? There must be some small detail here.
I need to make sure I'm scouring all of the evidence. There must be a detail I'm missing on some of the evidence. I need to make sure I'm looking at all of the evidence. I need to look at every piece of evidence.
I need to look at every single detail there is. I need to look at every single detail there is.
There must be a detail I'm missing on some of the evidence. I need to make sure I'm looking at all of the evidence. There must be some small detail I'm missing on some of the evidence.
There must be some small detail here.
I'm sure that some of this evidence is irrelevant. There. Everything left on the board is relevant.
I'm positive that Charlotte May was in that pantry. But can I prove the mallet was used to hit something living?
I need to look at every piece of evidence.
I'm positive that Charlotte May was in that pantry. But can I prove the mallet was used to hit something living?
I need to make sure I'm scouring all of the evidence. I should read every detail on the evidence. I feel I could group this evidence based on the questions they relate to. Okay, I'm sure that everything I've grouped relates to the right question. I need to make sure I'm scouring all of the evidence. There must be a detail I'm missing on some of the evidence. Oh, that's it. The mallet must have been used to hit something living. The crystallization proves it. Then they carried it down to the boot of a car. The only possible motive I can see is that Theo needed money to pay for his mother's medication. A life for a life. Could Theo really be that cold? I got the impression that Annabelle was in charge. It's not enough. I can't accuse them without something solid. I'll have to keep an eye on the McKees and continue my...
Hi, Dad. Dad? I think we need a little chat about your neighbours. The McKees?
Damn. I can't let her see this after I made a promise.
Now, why is this door closed? Dad, are you back there?
Perhaps I should just come out with it. I don't know.
Hello? No, it's his daughter. I'm afraid not. He must be out. I don't. I'm sorry, but... Right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but... Good day to you too. Right.
I can't stop now. Not after what I've seen. I'll just have to make sure I find something that Catherine can use in her investigation. It's the only way she'll understand. I've spent the morning watching the McKees, waiting for them to make a mistake, to do something that proves them guilty of killing Charlotte May. But what if I'm wrong? What if I saw what I wanted to and there was nothing in that rug? If I had hard evidence, I would have told Catherine already. I have nothing but suspicions. I should be looking at everyone in Dahlia View. And Harold Levy is next on my list.